Hello, traders. So I think most of you know that I used to work for Option Alpha, Kirk Duplessis, and I helped him for a couple of years. I was part of the team that brought the bot trading platform out into the market. I was a small part of that team. Kirk and Jack were the brains behind the operation. I helped bring traders on board. I helped with some of the beta testing, etc. It is a great platform. I love it because I can put on a trade and then I can let the system monitor it every 1 minute to see if it hits the exit conditions that I'm looking for, regardless of what those exit conditions are. It could be a certain profit target. It could be a profit target with a trailing stop. It could be a stop loss. It could be deltas getting to a certain level. Again, I can put whatever I want in there. But I had gotten away from it for a while, and then they introduced some new tools, this one, Trade Ideas. I started using it again about a month ago. I've had very good success with that. You can see right here. I'm just doing very small trades. I've closed out $2,700 in profit, a 14% return, 49 positions, 61% win rate. Most of these trades have been iron condors, so those are most of my winners. We can see the individual positions here. I'm doing all stock in these different ones, so you can see the P&L in those. And I'm to a position right now where my bot you can have up to 10 positions in a bot. And this particular bot is down to where it only has 2 positions left in it right now. So I'm going to reload my positions. And I thought I would share with everyone exactly how I go about doing that. There's a lot of different ways. But one of the really cool new pieces that they built into here, in addition to zero DTE, which I personally don't really trade, but it has great tools in that respect if you're interested in it. And before I even get to that, I should tell you, if you're interested in testing this out, Kirk has given me some links, which I'll put in the description down below, to allow people to have free trials on this and check it out. So it's pretty awesome. And also, there is a huge community where people share all of their different bots, their trading plans that you can simply clone. So those are a few other things I'll do another video on at a different time. Today, I just want to show trade ideas and how I go and reload my bot. So I can come in, and this is going to show me all different types of trading ideas. It's evaluating, I don't remember the number, 1 million and some odd trades. And I can sort all these potential trades. I can come in here and I can sort them by something called alpha, which is a proprietary measurement that they have built out, which I happen to think it's pretty good. I can sort it by probability of profit, days to expiration, etc. Now, I have built in some filters that I normally use. There's nothing saying these are the right filters, but I like to trade largely delta neutral. So I have set up my filters to where I'm looking for largely neutral positions. I'm looking at the 2 to 10 day window out. I want a reward to risk ratio of 80% or greater. I want an alpha ranking, which is this one, of 5% or higher. I want an expected value in the trade of $5 or more. I want this NVRP. This is a new measurement that they have incorporated into the system that I'm experimenting with and using. I like it. And so now this will give me a whole series of trades, potential trades that fit those criteria. Now, what I am going to look at doing myself, again, I think I told you that I happen to this alpha number. So right now I've got it sorted by alpha. I'm going to come in. I see this one has a max profit of 80, a max loss of 20. That's a great reward to risk ratio. Now, I'm going to guess that this is probably pushing on one side or the other of the condor right now. Oh, no, this is a butterfly. Wow, and it's centered right in the butterfly. I like that a lot. So this has a great reward, 284% potential reward, $74 off $26 in risk. And so this is a trade that I am going to see about getting into. This is the current bid-ask spread. Mid price is 74 cents. So I might take a little less than that. I might take 72 cents. This is going to use smart pricing, which is a really cool thing that they brought out when I was there. And you'll see what smart pricing does in just a second. Now I have to put this trade into a what I'll call a bot or into a container that has some rules about how it's going to manage the trade. So I can come here, I can select my exit options. I can either come in and put these in here manually where I select, gee, I want a stop loss of this, I want a trailing stop of that, I want to close X amount before expiration, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, maybe a day before. I want to close before earnings. So all of these are different criteria that I could potentially use in closing my trade. Now, I have built some presets, and for me, for butterflies, I tend to use a 30% or a 35% profit target. I tend to like a 6% trail stop. There is no magic to these. There are lots of other possibilities that could work just as well, but I'm going to go ahead and use that for right now. I'll double check. Okay, mid price is down to 65 now. That's not as good since I'm looking for a credit here. I liked it better when I was getting a little more credit. But go ahead and I'll see if I can get into this at 63. But what I want you to notice when I hit trade on this, place trade, it's going to pop up over here. It's going to go through a series of prices. Okay, so I did get filled at 64 cents on that. So that is now a new position in this bot. So I've got that new position filled. I've got one in IYR. Let me take a look at the next one in line here, SMH. There's a couple here for SMH. Let me just take a quick look at the stats on these. 333. So this one's going to have wider wings, $5 wings. This is $2.50 wings. Let me just take a look at, see what these both look like. So obviously I'm at the very high end of the Condor here, so I need this to stabilize there or maybe pull back a little. Let's see what this next one, the lower one here, looked like. So yeah, this one, you're a little narrower in the center here, a little narrower. You're 5 points wide where you're, let's see, what is that? 750 wide here. Personally, I like this one a little bit better. And personally, right now, I'm keeping my risk under the $400 range. So I'm going to go with two of these. And again, bid ask 350 to 318, mid 334. So I'll go down to 330 on this. And I'm using the smart pricing, so it's going to march through a series of orders trying to get me the best possible fill. Again, I'm going to dump this just into that regular one. Now, this is not this is not a butterfly. This is a condor. So I personally go with a little less of a profit target with a trailing stop as well. And I got this queued up the way I want, 332. So again, this is going to start at 332. And then it's going to, if I don't get a fill, it starts at 331. If I don't get a fill there, it's going to go to 330. I may not get a fill on this, in which case I can come back in and adjust it or see about maybe a different pricing on it if I want to do that. I could also hit this pause button, which is going to pause it at the current price for 15 minutes. But what I'll do here, since that's not filling right away, I do the looks of this. I'm like to get an entry into it. So I can hit the cancel and retry, and we can see we've dropped down to 331 there. So I'll go a touch lower on this. I really don't want to go much lower, but I'll go a touch lower and see if I might be able to get a fill. And so now it's going to try 330 for a few seconds, and then it's going to jump to 329 and 328. If I still don't get a fill at 328, I'll probably not worry about filling this one right now. I may come back and take another look at it later today. Nope, there, I got a fill. Okay. So that's a couple of those positions that are filled. So let me go out now to my bots. Let's go to my live trading bots, and that is this bot. Now, I want you to see this bot does have some loss in it. I was doing some different things a number of months ago, and what I was testing there did not quite work out the way I had hoped. So I was doing nothing. Like I said, I'd gone quiet here for a few months. And then I came back in once they introduced this Trade Ideas button, and I started filtering based on those criteria that I just mentioned. And again, it does not have to be those criteria. But since then, it's done quite well. These are recent trades that have closed out. You can see I did have some losers in there for sure, but had a really good string of winners as well. And overall, that my dashboard I would just look at it from this point here. I started down 7,400, and this particular bot, after using this trading method, has recovered nicely. And again, I've got some other bots running that are fully automated. They do an automated entry, they monitor the position, then they do an automated exit. In this particular case, I'm doing what I would call a hybrid method, where I am manually selecting trades that I like the looks of and want to enter, and then letting the bot system manage the trades from there on out. Let me get another one or two in here. And this is an interesting one. Now, some of these, it's because the bid-ask, this bid-ask spread isn't bad. Sometimes you'll get a really wonky bid-ask spread and you're not going to get a fill at that price. I kind of like the risk reward on this, and this thing is this expires in 2 days, so this is going to decay very rapidly. I don't have a problem doing 10, 15 of these. I am also trading in this account through Tradier. Through Option Alpha, if you set up an account with Tradier, you get free commissions. So anything that comes in as a bot order, I don't pay commissions on that. This trade, now I'm going to back that off a little bit to 10. Again, I like to keep my max loss in under that $300, $400 range. So this has got a good reward to risk ratio. Mid is 72. So I'll maybe go to 69 on that. And again, I'll just drop this into that same container, that same bot. Butterfly, again, I tend to go a little more aggressive with my profit target in a butterfly. And then let's just check again here. 74 cents is where it's currently trading. So I think this one should get a fill too. It'll start at 73. Oh, I got a fill at 73. Okay, I like that. And already filled on SMH, GM. See what that looks like. I like the looks of that too. And if I want to see a chart, I can always come in and I can click on the symbol up there and it will show me a chart, shows me some expected moves in some expected ranges in that. And again, this one expires here in 2 days as well. So that's a great risk reward for only 2 days out. Earnings aren't for 55 days, so I don't have to worry about earnings doing anything wonky on this as well. Looks like the mid is 31. So again, I'll go 10 of these and see if I can get 29 cents. And I'll dump these into that same bot. And Condor, again, I tend to go to the 25% range on Condors. Just make sure, okay, 31 cents. So this is going to start at 31, 30 cents. Oh, I already have a position. And this is nice too. It tells me, hey, dummy, you've already got a position open in GM. And if you open this one, it's going to stomp on one of your other legs. Back in the day when I was there, we didn't have this. And we had a lot of a new position would take out pieces of an old position, and that would create some challenges for people trying to basically monitor and or get out of their orders. So I've got GM positions. I'm going to take GM out of the mix here. I know I already have a UAL position. I'm going to take that out. I've got an SMH position, so I'm not going to open that. So let's look at Schlumberger here. Schlumberger, this is Southwest Airlines, Adobe. I've had some really good trades in Adobe in the past. I like that. Centered in the Condor. Really good reward to risk ratio, like that. And mid is 171. Max loss $72. So I don't know, I'll go 5 of those. And I'll try going out here at $1.65. Go to that same bot and do my 25%. And this will start at $1.75. If it can't get me $1.75, drop to $1.72. And on from there. And I can set how long I want this to stay at each stage as well. Right now I'm using normal execution, which if my memory serves me correctly is either 15 or 20 seconds. I can do fast, which takes it down to, it just tries each strike for, I think it's 5 seconds. I can do long, which tries each strike for, I think, 45 seconds. I say each strike, each trade, each price. Okay, so I got a fill in that one as well. So again, let me come back here to this particular bot, go to my live bots, and it's this one right here. And refresh this, and it should show, yeah, I've got 6 positions now. So these are my 6 positions. These all expire on Friday. I think it'd be interesting now to get 1 or 2 in there that maybe expire next week. So I'm going to come back one final time here to Trade Ideas. And I'm going to use my presets. And again, my presets go from 2 to 10 days. I'm just going to sort this. And this is now going to give me whatever's at 9 days, so next Friday. IYR is an ETF, EFA, ETF, which is fine. I don't have a problem trading those. I've had some good trades in IBIT recently as well. Like the looks of that, right in the middle. And we got $36 in risk, so I can do 10 of those and stay under my goal. So that's 64 cents. So I don't know. I'll try not to take less than 61 cents. And go 25% there. And again, you'll see it march through the pricing. And the mid right now is 64, so I would think I'd get a fill in that 63, 62 price. Looks like 63 is not filling right now, so we'll see if 62 does. Yep, 62 fill. Okay, and so that's IBIT. And then Schwab. I've had some good trades. Oh, Butterfly. I like butterflies. They're one of my favorite trades out there. And those of you that may not know, I offer deep dive courses on the butterfly, so I'll put a link to that down below as well. But I'll do 7 of these guys and $1.52. So I'll come in here. I'll try to $1.49 or so. I usually give about 3 cents worth of movement. And again, Butterfly, I go a little bit higher on my P&L, on my profit target. And mid here is 153. So I'm thinking that's probably going to fill at 150. And we shall see. Ooh, maybe not. We'll see if it fills at 149. I do like this trade. I would like to get into one. Again, I do like butterflies. This has a pretty good reward to risk to it. So this may be one. Oh, no, I got my fill there too. Okay. And I think that gives me a pretty good load. I'll keep a couple slots open. I may add to this later this week. So again, coming back to looking at that specific live trading bot, because a lot of these are paper trading that I'm trying different methods on. And look at those positions. And so I've got 8 positions open now. And right now, not so great. Number of them are showing negative, but some of that is because of the bid-ask spread. It's using the worst case scenario for closing these trades. And the worst case scenario is that I have to pay up through the bid-ask spread. Some of these bid-ask spreads are a little bit wider. And so I don't let that concern me in the least, but I can come in and look at each one of these positions and just kind of see where am I positioned on it. It's okay, I like that. I'm in good position there. Hopefully you like this and you find this content to be engaging and of value. Again, this is Option Alpha bot trading platform. And I'll put a link in the show notes if you're interested in testing it out. And again, company I used to work for, really respect them. They've got some great tools. And again, what I love is that the bots are now monitoring my positions every 1 minute. So if my criteria get met, whatever those criteria are that I define, it's going to go ahead and put out an order to close this position for me. And I don't have to look at it now. It does its own thing. I get an email when it closes a position, and it lets me know that it closed with X amount of P&L. And that's my part's done here. I pick positions that I feel mathematically have a good potential opportunity associated with them. Thanks so much, everyone. Hope you found this informative.